What's up everybody, welcome back to another BTD Gaming video, and today we have another Master Duel deck profile, and this is branded Eldlich. Now Eldlich, as we know, has been a powerful strategy in Master Duel since it started, but ever since the branded cards came out, it's made a really big impression on the overall metagame in Master Duel, and when you combine these two strategies together, well, they're pretty darn good, not gonna lie. They synergize very well with the graveyard effects from the Eldlich cards and being able to send those cards to the graveyard as material. For example, sending Golden Lord to the grave as material and your Albaz using branded fusion to make one of your branded cards, but then activating your Eldlich from the graveyard that you just sent. They synergize so well. And we're going to see why in a second, but let's go through the card by card first. First, we have the best card in the game, which is Maxi, followed by 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We're going to run 1 Fallen of Albaz. Some people would prefer to run 2, which I wouldn't blame them, but in this particular build, we have 1. Haven't really run into much of a problem, but if you're more comfortable running 2, then that's fine. We have 2 Aluber, the Jester of Despia. Now this is one of your starter cards, one of your starter searches, so people would think, well, why wouldn't you run 3 of it? Personally, this card is so searchable by using branded opening that it's not that hard to find, plus you're mainly summoning it for your branded fusion that you have 3 of as well. So we have 2 Aluber, we have 2 Eldlich the Golden Lord, and that's it for our monsters. We have 1 Pot Prosperity, 3 Branded Fusion, one of the best cards in the deck. Again, you're using this to send your Golden Lord and your Fallen of Albaz to make your Albion, and then you can activate your Eldlich from the grave that you just sent off of Branded Fusion. It's so powerful, and you have so many good plays with it. So yes, you would run 3 Branded Fusion. We have 2 Cursed Eldland, 2 Called by the Grave, 1 Elixir of White Destiny, just as another way to get your Eldlich onto the field, 2 Branded Opening. This is a quick play spell. This searches your, or actually it special summons your Aluber, so that's another way to get that onto the field. Onto the traps, we have 3 Infinite Impermanence for negation. We have 3 Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Again, this card is searchable, and this can get your Eldlich on to the field. 2 Solemn Judgment for negation. We also have Golden Land Forever as another searchable in-archetype negate. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card is a problem. If your opponent can't activate spells off the get-go, a lot of times their strategies, well, won't even work. We also have 2 Skill Drain and 2 Summon Limit, a card that you don't see that much, but stopping your opponent from summoning monsters really, again, a lot like Anti-Spell Fragrance, really messes up their game plan, and sometimes they don't even see it coming. And it allows you to maintain advantage, because it's not like you're setting up these huge boards, alright, but you can maintain advantage against your opponent, and it stops their plays in their tracks. We have 2 Haquero of the Golden Land and 1 Conquistador of the Golden Land, your typical Eldlich lineup. In the extra deck, we have 1 Titaniclad the Ash Dragon. This has Albaz as material, so you're mainly using this for your other branded effects. We have 3 Albion the Branded Dragon. This is your bridge to get to Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. One of my favorite cards in the game right now. You can bash an opponent's monster, destroy an opponent's monster when it gets to the graveyard. It has a 3,000 body, and it's not that hard to make. And it's just very good. We have Lubellion, the Searing Dragon. Again, you're not going to be summoning this that much. Your main goal is to get to Mirror Jade, but this is still helpful to have in your extra deck, mainly because it has Fallen of Albaz as material. We just also have some other random exceeds. I don't even know why I have. Well, we have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon if you happen to have 2 Golden Lords onto the field for burn damage. We have your Downward Magician and Divine Arsenal AA Zeus if you attack with your Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon. Link Spider for Nibiru tokens or whatever, and Prayer Plant versus Anaconda, because why not? These cards in the extra deck, a lot of times you can use them as fodder for your Pot of Prosperity, but they do come up. So yeah, this is the main deck and extra deck for branded Eldlich, and we're going to take a look at some replays and see how it performs. And here we go with our first replay of the video, and unfortunately for this duel we lost the coin toss, but not too bad. We have Max C in our hand. Looks like they're using Burning Abyss. We're going to activate Max C in response, and I think they're just going to go for it here. It doesn't look like they're going to hold back on their plays, and they're not. They're going to special summon Cherubini and go for their typical plays here. Special summon the Barbar. We're going to draw another card. They're going to send their Graph, and then they're going to special summon their Skarm. And as we continue to draw more cards here, that's good for us, because right now our hand's looking loaded. We get 2 Ash Blossoms from their special summon, pretty good. And then they're going to bring out a Borreload Dragon. We're going to get another draw. We get another branded opening. They're now going to Xyz summon their Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. Activate Dante to send some cards. And then they're going to activate Harpour, but we do have our Ash Blossom, which is a good thing. Ash Blossom is going to activate. We're going to negate the Harpour, and it looks like their turn is probably going to end there, and it is. We're in a good spot. They activate Skarm, so they still get their Tour Guide Search, which isn't a huge deal, not that worried about it, because our hand is stacked thanks to Max C. We're going to normal summon a Luber. We're going to get another Branded Fusion. We're then going to set a bunch of cards, activate Branded Fusion. We're going to send our Golden Lord and our Fallen of Albaz to make our Albion the Branded Dragon. We're then going to activate our Albion the Branded Dragon to make our Mirror Jade the Ice Blade Dragon. Typical branded play here. We're going to activate our Mirror Jade. We're going to discard one from the extra deck, banish their Borreload. We're going to get rid of our summon limit. We have another one, so we can get our Eldlich, the Golden Lord, onto the field. And we're in a pretty good spot here. We're going to attack their Dante, and they're going to activate their Dante from the grave. They're going to add their Seer back to hand, but we're still in the driver's seat regardless. We're going to do a considerable amount of damage, and then pass it to our opponent, set a bunch of cards, and we are set up pretty well, not gonna lie. They're going to normal summon Tour Guide. We're going to Ash the Tour Guide so they don't get their special summon from their deck. We're then going to activate our summon limit, so now they cannot special summon more than twice per turn, which is devastating against this board we have right now. They can't really get a lot of good plays in. We're going to activate Haquera to banish the Dante, get it out of the way. The Ash Blossom is going to resolve. Tour Guide is not going to resolve. We're going to Golden Land Forever, the Edge in Sabers. So now there's really not much our opponent can do here. We're going to negate the Edge in Sabers. They're going to special summon their Seer. We're going to activate our other Maxi because, you know, we can. They're going to special summon their Seer, but per its effect, it's going to get destroyed on summon. We still get our draw. They see the writing on the wall. This duel is over. Branded Eldlich takes the victory. And here is our next duel of the video. Again, we ran into some bad luck here, losing the coin toss. We're now going second again, but our hand isn't that bad. Looks like we're going up against Live Twin. They activate Secret Password to search their other spell. They're going to activate Live Twin Sunny Snitch. And the thing about Live Twins is they can special summon a lot to eventually link climb to their boss monster. We are going to negate with Infinite Impermanence, but it's not going to do much. They're still going to be able to set up a more typical Live Twin board, special summon, and here comes the link climbing. We have Evil Twin Kisa Kill, activate Kisa Kill. They're going to special summon their Leela, and then link climb to their Evil Twin Leela, activate their Evil Twin Leela to special summon their Kisa Kill from the grave, activate their Kisa Kill to draw one. They're now going to get their Evil Twin Trouble Sunny, and that's their board for right now, but I think we can deal with this. We have Pot of Prosperity. We're going to activate Prosperity, banish 6, and they have an Ash Blossom, which Not great, but in response we have Called by the Grave to negate the Ash Blossom so that our Pot of Prosperity can resolve. We're then going to chain a branded opening to special summon a Aluber from our deck. We're going to discard Haquero, which will come up later because now Haquero is in the grave to activate its effect. As you can see, these decks synergize so well. The Ash Blossom is negated, and now our Pot of Prosperity can resolve. Let's see what we get. A summon limit, we get Elixir, which we can get from our Haquero. So we're going to add the summon limit here. We're then going to activate the Aluber that was special summoned off of branded opening. And we are going to add both the Droll and Lockbird, and that's not great. So we now can't get our branded fusion. Not fantastic, but we haven't normaled yet, and we have Fallen of Albaz. We're going to lose 200, they're going to gain 200. They're going to activate their Trouble Sunny, rather, and they're going to special summon the two other Evil Twin Link monsters, but our Fallen of Albaz can use one of them as material to fusion summon for Albion. Albion gets onto the field. They gain, we lose life points. Activate Albion. They're going to get their Evil Twin back to the grave, even though it was used as material. So they do, but we are going to get our Mirror Jade onto the field. There it is. We're again going to lose life points. They're going to gain. We're going to activate Mirror Jade, Banish. They're going to special summon. Again, this is what Live Twin does. They're able to maintain some kind of field presence by special summoning, but not bad considering we have a bunch of things negated. We weren't able to add our branded fusion. Now we get to set our Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine per the effect of the Haquero from the grave. And, oh man, a Gamma Seal. They kaiju our Mirror Jade. Not the worst thing, though, because Mirror Jade can still pop a card once it's in the grave. And then they ash our Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, so now we can't get our Eldlich. And this is just, man, negate after negate, but the ash is negated from the grave. Oh my god. So we still get our Eldlich onto the field. And again, we're set up pretty well. This deck has been able to play through a lot. They pop our Eldlich, we pop their Live Twin per our Mirror Jade. And we're going to activate Elixir, and then we're going to set a Haquero. Now we set this to activate our Eldlich. We're going to get our Eldlich in our hand and special summon it onto the field. We are back in the driver's seat here. And now we're going to enter our battle phase. 1800 from Aluber, 2200 from Gamma Seal, 3500 from Golden Lord. And let's see what our opponent can do in response to this board. We'll set another Elixir per Haquero's effect. They only have 350 life points left, and they activate their Live Twin home. We have Max C that we can chain to it. We also have Scarlet Sanguine that we can chain to get another Eldlich onto the board. This is going to resolve. They see the writing on the wall and they surrender. Another victory for branded Eldlich. And here is our final duel of the video. And again, 3 times in a row, losing the coin toss. We do have an infinite impermanence, which is nice. And looks like we're going up against Sky Striker. Wonderful. We all know how I feel about Sky Striker. So here we go. Shizuku off the Ray, and they're going to activate their Ray, but we're just going to imperm that. We want no parts of that. No thank you. Goodbye. So Imperm is going to resolve, and let's see what we can do against this very frustrating deck. So it's our turn, going second again. We get a Called By, which is going to come up. We're going to normal summon the Aluber. We're going to get our Branded Fusion. We're going to activate Branded Fusion to send our Eldlich and our Albaz to the grave for our Albion, the Branded Dragon. Pretty typical stuff here that we've seen already. Activate Albion. We're going to use that and Albaz as material for Mirror Jade. And now we have our Mirror Jade onto the field. Activate Mirror Jade. We're going to banish the Shizuku. Ray activates, but we have Called By the Grave to banish the Ray and to negate its effect. Huge, huge rip off the top for our Called by the Grave there. So now we're in a much more favorable position. We're going to set the brand opening. We don't need it. We're going to use it for fodder for our Eldlich, but they have Side Frame Gear Gamma. Unbelievable. We have Elixir of White Destiny, so we're still going to get our Eldlich onto the field. It's just not going to have its 3500 body and its protection, but hey, we still got it onto the field. So Gamma is going to resolve. We're going to special summon Gamma and Driver, and we're just going to enter the battle phase here, set Solemn Judgment, and we're going to hit them for 3k. And we did a lot of work that game to take away a lot of their graveyard resources, which is pretty big against Sky Striker, and they know it. They surrender. Again, Branded Eldlich takes the win. So there you have it. As you can see, this deck is pretty strong. You're able to get your Eldlich onto the field with really no problem, unless your opponent obviously negates the effect or has like a Called By or something, or a DD Crow to banish it. But you do have other ways to get Golden Lord onto the field with Elixir, Scarlet Sanguine, and Elixir of White Destiny. And then using the branded cards in synergy with the Eldlich cards, it works very seamlessly. Like, you know, just using your branded fusion to send your Golden Lord and your Albaz to make your Albion, which eventually leads into your Mirror Jade. Most of the time you're going to have a back row to set to activate your Golden Lord, get him onto the field. It's just very, very hard to deal with if you're your opponent. And then you also have these floodgates as well that kind of stops your opponent in their tracks, and your Mirror Jade to kind of control your opponent's board. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with this deck. I also like to play in TCG as well, and it's really fun using it in Master Duel. And there are some different configurations of this deck you can do. If you're not feeling the infinite impermanence, you can add more floodgates. You can change the ratios of how many Fallen of Albazes and how many Alubers you have. Picking your hand traps. There's a lot of different things you can do with this deck to fit kind of how you want to play it. But it's a very versatile deck. It gets the job done. It's hard to deal with. And as you can see, I lost so many coin flips there, I had to go second, and it wasn't even that big of an issue. So this was Branded Eldlich. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile, and be sure to like and subscribe, and come back for more Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content. I'll see you on the next one.